Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Overlord. It is episode 6. We are still moving in adventures, and as always, as you know, if you want to see my reaction, you can go in my descriptions and you will find a link there to my Google Drive where you just remove some parts and add the dots instead, which are replaced. So once you've done that, you can watch my reaction, come back here and hear me out about what I think about this episode, what was funny to me, just like here, you know, and what I expect of the next one. So this is it. See you soon. To those of you who came back, welcome back. So what to say? There was a nice episode, no question here. Not as much. That's not right. I just wanted to say not as much action as I thought, but we had action, but not the kind of action I thought. So. I was kind of guessing that the assassin, the undead one, would come along, trying to grab Nphirea, but she didn't. Instead, we had some ogres and goblins with armor, which was cool. They look good. I mean, in many cases, if you have like goblins or ogres and stuff alike, they are more neither naked with a little bit of leather on them. But these really had armor and hardened clubs with metal and everything, so they had helmets and stuff, so they seem to be at least a little bit civilized, so I guess they have some kind of a society. And they got slaughtered like heck. Well, we learned a little bit. Apart from the fact that Albedo here in the picture is crazy, because she's in the bedroom of Ainz while he's not there, having her very own body pillow of Ainz, of Momonga, and tries to get her sent into the room so that when he comes back he gets it. She is already thinking about having children with him, if it is a boy, if it is a girl, and stuff alike. So she is more than just in love. She is crazy. So he better watch us out. It was funny that Demiurge mentioned that the lords, the higher ones, the higher entities, so the players, seem to like cross-dressing the newborns, the creations, so that boys looks like girls, girls look like boys. We had that in discussion, so fitting, and she just jumped on it like, oh, thanks for informing me. What, however, stood out to me is the fact that Demiurge said that she shouldn't go too far. And he was not being intimidating or anything about it, but it felt honest. So he's watching out a little bit, and possibly there is a point when he will step in, maybe, and say like, okay, Albedo, you are one step too far. Maybe when it is endangering the tomb, endangering Lord Ainz, we don't know. We will see or not see in the future. While all of that happened, Momonga, or Mr. Momo, Mr. Momon, were out and traveling with the party, which we know now calls themselves the Swords of Darkness. So interesting. The background there was that there were 13 heroes, I think, or 13 swords. I think it was 13 heroes, and one of them was a Black Knight who had Swords of Darkness, and they are searching for these swords. It's their goal as a party. It's okay. Interesting is those 13 heroes from the past. It might be those were players. Why not? Or it were just 13 adamantite level heroes who like founded the guild or stuff alike. However, they are traveling and get a little bit of attack. And you can see that although it is just a summoned armor and summoned swords, this equipment that Lord Momonga has is incredibly powerful, and he is very skilled using it. Although he is not a real warrior, he really rocked. So he has a level of neither one of the highest level heroes, the abilities, or at least the fighting style. And I'm pretty sure he is stronger in his real form. So that's impressive, once again. And it brings new questions to those accompanying him, especially Nphirea, because he's watching him all the time. I'm aware that Naberial, in a moment of being triggered, talked about him having Albedo as a girl, as a woman, whatever, you know, that she is there as well. So if, however, Nphirea should get the information about Lord Ainz rescuing the village with a woman with him, and he talked to him, I'm pretty sure, and it was mentioned that her name is Albedo. That might be the thing where he connects dots. I think he doesn't have the information yet about this village, but I'm not sure. However, if he gets those, then he possibly can count one and one, and he would guess that it's the same person, the same whatever, you know. He stated that he has a girl in the city which he likes, and he doesn't want Lord Momon to Mr. Momon to get this girl. I think he's lying there. It feels a lot like me. So he's trying to get the team on his side by bringing a love story in, and he's just a normal boy loving a girl, you know, stuff like that. And thus they tell him more than they normally would, or support him more. And when he behaves strangely towards the others, they will think it is because of the girl, because he's afraid that Mr. Momon will take his girl. So I think it is a lie what he's doing there. It's kind of it's a little bit sad in my opinion, because even he admitted that the team itself, the teamwork was great, as Lord Momon said. Mr. Momon said, man, this many names. As Momonga said. So, and he said, Nphirea said, if every team has this close bond, this friendship with each other, because it's family, you know. And they stated yes, because you need, as adventurer, you need to trust each other, and that's a fact here. That's the one thing. As adventurers, you need to trust each other, because you will have each other's back, and if you can't trust, then you're possibly dead. And Nphirea is, in my opinion, not trustworthy right now. He is acting very nice, and you know, the fact that he's a boy gives him a little charm, a little bonus where no one will think negative. But the whole journey is set up. The girlfriend story is set up, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure, although he agreed that the group is working well together and this friendship is a nice thing, I think he's not searching for this. I get some evil vibes here. A very, very, very tiny ones, very hidden. But right now, I might be wrong. He might be turning to like, I want this kind of friendship as well. I will travel with you in the future, stuff like that. That might happen. But I think right now that he's more the evil plot guy. You know, he has his very own scheme, and he's still working on it. So we will see. We haven't met the wise king of the forest. This kind of white lion with snake tail. So that sounds a little bit like, I'm searching for the word. There's a clear word for mixed creatures, you know, which are created by magic. And I don't know what the word was, but you know, as soon as you write it down, I will be like, yeah, that one. So I guess we will see this thing in the next or next episode. We will see the assassin maybe in the next or next episode. So she has what she needed. She had the information now where Nphirea is going. So she will follow them. So those are things for the next episode for sure. We have seen that Naberial is, as it seems, more of a warrior. I'm not sure what her clear class is. So she has level 5 magic. And on the other hand, she has a sword and she seems quite capable of using it. So I guess she's some kind of mixed class. I got that. Yeah, well, Entangle Spell and so on, we had that. Oh yeah, I found it very funny when they killed the ogres, if it were ogres, I guess so. that Momonga was like, are there no crystals dropping out of it? You know, when the girl was cutting off the ear for money. And it's very fitting because this is no game anymore. In a game you have like in Diablo and stuff, you know, monster dies and an armor drops out and money and I don't know. If you've ever played The Bard's Tale, the new version from like 10 years ago, the first monster you kill is exactly this moment, because the Bard kills a wolf, a normal wolf out of the woods, and the wolf dies and out of it falls like, I don't know, paintings, carpentry, loot chests, a lot of gold, jewels, magic sword, and stuff like that. It's just an enormous pile. It's just stupid. And that's what the Bard's Tale was playing, and here we have it again, the fact that a normal enemy, a normal monster doesn't drop diamonds or emeralds or whatever. It just has nothing, you know? Maybe a chewed off piece of meat. So it makes sense they cut off the ears for money later on. Which brings me to the question, how do they carry all those ears and how do they make sure it's not, you know, after a day or two? So then, what else did we have? There was a moment when the magician stated to Momonga, when he talked about the past, about the fact that he had friends and the best time of his life, in his opinion. He stated you will find something like them again, you will find friendship again, you know, stuff. Those general trying to lift you up statements, which in my opinion might be true. It might be in the future he will find that. And in my opinion he would even be able to possibly find it with this group if they spend more time. But right now he's still very self-centered, very much absorbed with the grief of losing his guild, his game, possibly his life, because he's somewhere else right now. So he was kind of negatively stating this will never happen again. It will never happen. It was not like that he was shouting or that he was really angry or upset. It was just the fact that you don't know nothing, Jon Snow. Nothing at all. So they, the group guessed that meant he lost them possibly in combat. Which is not completely true, but he lost them, and as it seems he lost them forever, because how could they join in there, you know? They have left. Okay, that's this. Last but not least, the whole undead, well, jewel of death, spiral of death, taking over this city as a city of dead story. So this necromancer, let's call him that, is working on a ritual, and as far as I know, the assassin wanted to help him, where we haven't seen much of. He has something called the Jewel of Death, so I guess it's a pretty powerful magical stone, something like that. I think he had it in his hand, some kind of red glowing thing, and he wants to use it in a spell, so I guess that's a ritual. Spiral of Death, to turn the city, the capital of the kingdom, into an undead city. And once he then absorbs all this undead energy, he will become immortal. So I guess it is a two-sided win for him. On the one hand, everyone is turning undead, and at the same moment, by the life energy that is drained, he becomes immortal. Because otherwise it would mean I turn everyone undead, then I destroy every undead, and due to that become immortal. It doesn't make so much sense. So, we have a big evil master plan. And a little bit of background about her. So she's a hero class, so possibly that means a very high level. She was a 9th seed of this strange, dark operation, which they're talking about. So she was kind of important and powerful, but she isn't anymore because she's crazy, you know? What I guess. So I see two options. One is more likely. The more likely one is once we've done all this stuff in the forest and the storyline, in the future, in some episodes, we will have the city is being turned undead effect. And whysoever, I guess that Momonga will jump in there and stop it. Question would be why. He doesn't care so much about most things right in this world yet. But I guess there will be reasons. Just to have an ally, maybe, you know? Having the kingdom on your side might be positive. So I guess that is a more valid option. The not so valid, but extremely funny option would be right now the following. Next episode starts. This necromancer is standing there with a stone in his hand, wants to start the ritual, and the assassin just backstabs him, because she came back. Because that's how assassins work. They don't stab you from the front, where you have a bone armor, as he had. And she said, I didn't even try. So what if next episode starts, he's like, so let's go with the ritual. And from the shadows behind him, she jumps, stabs him, he goes down, is bleeding out, about dying, and she states something with crazy eyes like, and this is what it looks like when I really try. And that's it, you know? No more ritual, she takes a stone gun. It would be funny as hell, and it would show you a little bit about the character, because she would be backstabbing her allies, you know? Maybe not so invalid option. We will see. So, this is it for this time. I hope you liked. I did for sure, as always. And, well, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Please don't spoil, as always. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.